Well, good afternoon. It is Monday the 7th, February the 7th at about 5:45 in the early evening. I'm at the Lush Truck Stop in Matthews, Missouri in shower room number 3. And this is Longhaultanker, straight razor shaving with Longhaultanker. And you can see that I've got a pretty good shock of whiskers. Stock or shock? I think it's shock, but whatever. And so let me put a hot towel on my face and get it warm, my face warmed up. Had a nice hot shower. I got good hot water at the sink. And I'm looking forward to this shave. I sat on my backside all day, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, all day Sunday. Had horrible internet connection at the Lush Truck Stop at Davenport, Iowa. And to the shaving cadre folks, I apologize for not making the Zoom call last night. I very much wanted to participate and pay attention to what was going on. Anyway, for the equipment we're using tonight, the razor, used this at about 3 or 4 videos ago. This is the J.A. Henckels Friador, nice sculpted spine, 7/8 with a Spanish point. It's got the Cocobolo replacement scales on it that are just beautiful. And I like, and it was honed up on a Shapton Glass 30 up to 30,000. So very happy with this. We're using the this Hawaiian exotic wood handled brush, and I failed to mention it when I used this last time that this was made by Elite Razor, and the gentleman, I think his name is Robert. The gentleman that's over there it's either a 26 or 28 millimeter premium, no, not, a high mountain white badger brush. And we're using the Osma alum shaving soap. My wife hasn't told me whether that new order from Amazon has come in on this stuff, and it's been soaking in hot water while I was taking my shower, and so I'm going to load it up. Maybe not as much as I did the last time. We'll start with that much, and I will clean out the bowl and get it on the face. And I've got a fan immediately above my head to my left, mounted to the wall. I put the fan down on low, so it was making too much noise. So I hope it's not too much a bother on the video. And delivery was this morning. At 0800, they had no idea that I was late. I failed to ask them if I had shown up on Saturday or Sunday, if they would have taken me. My dispatch told me to roll in this morning, but sometimes they'll take you if you know that they're open and taking deliveries on, well, at any time, but particularly on the weekend. And I failed to ask that question. That's all right. Quite frankly, I got some rest in that I enjoyed. Not as young as I used to be, and I like my rest. And I don't like 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't like 2 o'clock in the morning either. I don't like 3 or 4. I don't like 2. I don't like midnight. I don't like driving at 9, 10, 11. So I have a very narrow window of operation that I prefer to operate in. And I will push that as often as I can, but I'm still a prized driver at my company, so nobody has ever said anything. Was like, Leon, you need to pick it up. No one's ever said that to me. And in fact, surprisingly, quite the opposite. Do what you think is best. There's no urgency. And I've been getting that a lot lately. I don't know if there's been a change in disposition, not so much of my company, but to the shippers and receivers. You know, everybody knows there's a alleged truck driver shortage. Just like there's a shortage of $5,000 Cadillacs. You want drivers? Pay them. Pay them. Raise the pay to where it starts attracting quality drivers. And it's not that hard a calculation, but the shippers and the receivers and the trucking companies, they don't want to pay. You know, if you had to pay a guy like me $150,000, $175,000 a year, which is probably where it needs to go, quite frankly, but that would just boost the cost of everything. All right, let's get this thing. Oh yeah, this just feels wonderful already. Get all of that. Get all that nasty off. Hey, I would welcome 175,000 a year, but you would see a whole lot more drivers coming out, and there'd be a lot more competition. And I think guys like me would survive just fine. We might have to change some of our preferences, which I don't know if I'm interested in doing. But you know, I had that real bad day of driving on Thursday afternoon and Friday morning. And the closer I got to St. Louis, the better the roads got. On Thursday night for Friday, I did check the weather reports for St. Louis, Peoria, and Davenport. And it was going to be cold, to be sure, but it was supposed to be clear skies and sunshine. And it was at this truck stop on Friday when I drove, roads were just terrible, that there was a line of trucks going off the off-ramp. That was just terrible. And so after I got unloaded and coming down, ouch. So after I made my delivery this morning, came down Interstate 80, which comes down to Moline, East Moline, I think it is, and pick up 74. I was going to stop at the Love's truck stop at Bloomsdale, Missouri. And so when I passed that exit, it was 3 o'clock, and I said, I'm going to keep going. You want to keep going? So I decided to stop here. Matthews, Missouri. It's not exactly one of my favorite Love's truck stops, but before they built the one at Blytheville, and before, well, that's the main one on I-55, and before I started cutting across over to Jonesboro, this was kind of, this was kind of the only one to stop at. So I've spent many a night here back in 2012, 13, 14, 15. And then just within the last couple of years, I started coming up out of Little Rock, picking up US 67 through Searcy and some of the little small Bald Knob and some of the other little small backwoods towns, back farmland towns over there. Ooh, too much. I don't like it when the soap gets on the handle. I just don't like it, so I try to keep it off the handle. Got a nice thick lather. So that first night out that I was using this Osma soap, I just must not have put enough soap on the brush, and I did not soak it in hot water. So be sure to get enough on the brush if you ever use this soap, and soak it in hot water. So I've got good roads. I've got sunshine. When I got stopped this evening, it was about 45 degrees outside. All the ice has melted off of my truck. Snow and ice are melted off of the roads. There's still a fair amount of snow packed up in the parking lot here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So all in all, it's been a good trip, other than that snow day and a half. Yeah, I can do without those. And now that I got sunshine and dry roads again, I'm as happy as a pig in slop. So Matthews, Missouri is about 12 hours. I've timed it so many times. It's 12 hours to drive time to my terminal yard in Houston, which means tomorrow night we'll be on the road, and I'll just take my leisure tomorrow. I'll probably end up anywhere from Shreveport to Lufkin, probably, I don't know, somewhere in there. If I go to Lufkin, it's 2.5 hours to the yard. And if I go to Shreveport, it's 4.5 hours to the yard. So I'll probably go to Lufkin. And so that'd probably see if it's 12 hours from there and it's 2.5 from there, it's going to give me about, I don't know, 9.5 hours approximately to Lufkin from here. And I should have some talcum powder waiting for me when I get home. If the orders come in, I haven't asked my wife yet, did that order come in? And she hadn't said. So, and then I'm thinking about, rather than starting with that nice VP Leon Hardy replacement brush I got from them out of Germany, I got a nice synthetic with nice floppy bristles that I will try first with it. And that's following Barber Dave over at the Shaving Contract. I like what he says though. If you go to a barber and he's not giving you the talcum powder treatment, fire your barber. Get a new barber. Well, I don't go to a barber. I cut my own hair and obviously do my own shaving. But it's a curiosity, and it's just one more step to add to the process that looks fun. Oh yeah, that's real nice. Very sharp edge, very sharp edge. Now I've got a hand towel sitting to my left on the countertop here. Not a very big countertop, but big enough for me to lay down a hand towel, folded in quarters, folded in half, then half again. And when my razor's not in use or in the resting position in my hand, that's where I lay it. I never lay my razors on a hard surface, marble, formica, whatever this material is here in the truck stops. You know, I've got so many razors. I say so many, I've got about 60 razors. And I love them all. And I shave with them all. And the last thing I want to do is leave my good ones at home. I want to take them with me on the road. I want to use them in rotation. And so I want to make sure that I do everything I can to safeguard the razors. And so hand towels, just make sure they're safe. You take your $400 and $500 razors out on the road with you. Yeah, you better make sure they're well, make sure they're safe. And so far, 6.5 years shaving on the road, they have been. I've never dropped one. I've never chipped one. And only one time has even one of my razors been out of my possession. That's a police story I'll have to tell you about sometime. Yeah, I was not a happy camper that day, I can tell you. All because of some 18-year-old purple-haired idiot who doesn't understand the world in which he lives in life and the job that he was working at, working with truck drivers in the shower rooms, cleaning the shower rooms. Yeah, what do you think that thing is? It's a deadly weapon. No, not a deadly weapon. It's a razor. I think I told you this story before. And then what's funny about it is that I went into Canada one time, right there where they're having all of that major problem up at Coots, Sweetgrass, Montana. I've been across that crossing so many times I say trouble, you know, where the truckers are doing their thing up there. God bless the Canadian truckers. Anyway, he asked me if I had any weapons. As they always do. You got any, firearms, you got any weapons, you got any knives. And over 4-inch blade, I think it is. And I said, no, sir. So he got done with all his questions, and I said, can I ask you a question? He said, sure, go ahead. So I told him, I said, look, one of my hobbies is to shave with a straight razor. And it's a traditional, vintage, just like you see in the movies, vintage straight razor. And I said, should that be declared? He said, no, we are instructed, the law is whatever an item is intended to be, i.e. razor, it cannot be classified as something else. Now it can be used as something else, just like a hammer can be used as something else, like a weapon. And so I asked him, does it matter? Would you imagine, or is the law state that there's a legal limit or a number of how many I can carry with me at a time? He said, no, it's a legal item. And I said, well, in the interest of disclosure, I've got 7 in my 7-day roll-up. He said, that's fine. It's not a weapon, so don't worry about it. Of course, he wasn't a 18-year-old purple-haired idiot either. You can substitute any color that you want to. Pink, purple, green. It's just, oh, the age in which we live. Okay. We're at 35 minutes. I don't know where we're going to be when I'm done, but I feel like we're going a little faster. I just lost a big glob of lather in the sink that I don't want to lose. So we're moving along. I haven't put in a pitch yet on the shaving cadre, Let me say thank you to everybody that's watching me. If you're on YouTube, thank you. If you're at La Shaving Cadre, thank you. And if you're not a member of the Shaving Cadre, the simple question is, why not? It's free. Barber Dave says, hey, it's free. It is free. And good association. And it's not full of vitriol like some of the razor forums are. That's such a smooth stroke right there. Now, by the time I've already finished all 7 razors between my trip to California and this trip, the 7 razors that are in my current roll-up, which is my number 2 Thiers Assard brown leather. They have a special name for their leather, but I can't remember what it is. Brown leather roll-up, which about $75, $95 retail on the various sites, if you can find it. I'd like to get a 3rd one. And my next loadout, I'll be starting on my first and only, well, I shouldn't say only. I've got 3 blue denim roll-ups, but the one has got the razors that are in rotation. The other 2 have the Union razors, gold dollar knockoffs, and the other one has the actual gold dollars that are my practice razors. So Thursday and Friday, I've got to go take care of some personal medical stuff and get ready for my DOT physical by the end of March. Generally, I'm in good health, so don't worry about me in that respect. But you know, for men my age and size, I've got some of the usual things that a lot of people my age and size have. And DOT, you know, you don't want the lowest educated doctor who goes to work for Concentra doing your major blood tests and echocardiograms and stress tests. And no, they just want the results. You know, well, you got to go get a note from your cardiologist. You know, every time you turn around, something new too, and they will delay you getting your medical card, which will effectively put you out of work because you don't know everything. You don't know what the new rules are. You don't know, and they don't tell you in advance until you're there. And it's one of the new kicks is a sleep apnea test. Fortunately, I haven't had to do that. I never doze behind the wheel. I never have in these 10 years of truck driving, never dozed behind the wheel. I get a little tired, sure, but I'm also self-aware. And I just can't let it go and say that's good enough. Nope, can't do it. Well, let's get the soap washed off and do the sideburns, cut the lines, do a little bit of cleanup as may be necessary, and we will call it a done shave and move on to the head shave, which I'll do off camera. Now, I did have a personal inquiry from a member at the Shaving Cadre about head shaves, and I did one a few weeks ago and posted it up on YouTube and the Shaving Cadre, and I haven't heard back from him with any follow-up questions. But I suppose I could do more than one and post it up, but they're essentially the same. But you know, that doesn't stop us on our face shaves, though, doesn't it? But I use the same razors. I got 3 or 4 razors that I use on my head shaves, and it yeah, that looks pretty good, don't you think? I'll get that later on the head shave. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Now I'll use some alum block after the head shave on my face and on my head. But that's it as far as the face shave goes. And we've used the J.A. Henckels Fiador with the Coco Bolo with the nice sculpted spine with the Spanish point, 7/8. Beautiful razor. I love this razor. And the Elite Edge, I got it upside down. I think that's it. The Elite Edge, 28 millimeter high mountain white. We use the Osma alum shaving soap, and that's it. That's it. My wife always likes me to come home clean shaven, so I always shave the night before, so I probably will do a shave tomorrow night, 24-hour shave, which will be interesting. I only say that because I hardly need it. I hardly need it. All right, that's it. Go check out the Shaving Cadre. Thank you for watching, and I will see you likely tomorrow night on down the road. Bye.